Inside Michigan basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers, visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Abso Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. They say tough times make tough people. John Beilein and the Wolverines have had some tough times recently, especially against Iowa, even though on senior night it can be an emotional time. Your team battled back. You were down by as many as 15. You never gave in, but you got to make shots, don't you? And Iowa made them, and you guys did.
Yeah, we never quit, and we just didn't get just quite enough done early, and then I didn't think we responded great to the comeback here. We didn't finish some of those possessions we needed to finish.
Backs it up between the circles, a crossover. I had it stripped by Gazelle. Gazelle into the front court against Irvin. Took it right at him, laid it up and in. 61-54, Iowa in front by 7 with 4:05 to go. Robinson with a block. That was the turnover and a miss before Robinson. Walton down the middle of the alley. Now a fadeaway, and it's good. Derek Walton's got 14. Michigan's right back to within 5. Jock quickly in the corner. Left alone. Clemens for 3. Good. Yeah, you can't celebrate at one end. Sizes him up. Now drives to the left hand. Tough jumper in the lane. Tipped out by Robinson and all the way out of bounds. Under 3 minutes remaining. Michigan's down 8.
It's one of those things that it really hurts because it probably has some pretty serious implications down the road. We'll wait and see. But you got to win more. We got to win more games than we do, and get to 11 wins in the Big Ten would have been great.
There's only one guy in NCAA Division I this year who has as many points, rebounds, and blocks as Jared Utoff. He had 29 against you guys on Saturday night after scoring 23 in Iowa City. There's a reason why he's a first-team All-Big Ten nominee.
Just too good. He was just too good on us. He shot over us. He hit threes.
They'll rotate it to Rockman. Eyes the 3. It's long, and it's rebounded by Jared Utoff. He'll dribble up the far sideline, right to left for Iowa. 15-9 Hawkeyes, a crossover, driving on Chapman. Got away with a walk off the high window and good. Michigan trails by 7. Rockman for 3, rimmed out. Caromed by Bear. Gazelle, middle of the floor, right side. Utoff in transition, a triple try pure. Jared Utoff with his 3rd triple of the night. They inbound to Utoff. He lays it up, and Duncan Robinson fouled it.
The reason they've been struggling is he's been struggling, and he got healthy today. So, the pressure was off that team. Now that they couldn't win the championship, they're already in the NCAA tournament. They played really well today.
Talk about the pressure and what you say to your guys after losing a pressure-packed game that many people thought you had to have to make the NCAA tournament.
It was tough. I just tell them we got to grow from it, and we'll learn from it, and we'll watch video and get ready for the Big Ten tournament. You got to move on to the next game just like any other thing we do.
These last few games, what have you seen from your club that gives you some hope and some relief knowing that you can go forward with it?
Well, everybody just keeps bouncing back a little bit. Like Derek Walton had been shooting awful the last 5 games. Ever since the Minnesota game, he hadn't shot well, and all of a sudden he was really shot the ball well today.
Irvin around a high hedge from Woodbury. Lost it on the floor for a moment, then goes down and gets it. Now Walton tees up a triple try. Good! From the left side, Derek Walton's first bucket of the night. Robinson in the right corner. 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Irvin. To Walton straightaway triple try. Book it! To Rockman, right wing Robinson, right corner. Walton for 3. Book it again! Back-to-back 3s by Derek Walton. Michigan's within 5.
I still see some other progress in some other guys, but today there wasn't some how we've been practicing. I didn't see that in the games.
You guys have always played with a swagger. Is there a guy who needs to have that swagger for your club to try and energize everybody else?
I just think we need more experience in guys playing in big-time situations. Last year when the guys that are playing out there right now played in a lot of those big-time situations, but they played in situations, but they weren't big-time. Now with the NCAA tournament on the line, with a championship on the line, none of those guys knows anything about that. They do not know anything about that, and so this is how you learn about it. You lose a game like that, you learn from all the little things that happen in that game.
This is very disappointing for sure. But, you know, every team goes through adversity. We got to use it to our advantage, bounce back.
And you do that at the tournament this week, going in with not a lot of momentum. How are you going to approach this?
Just bring a lot of energy in practice. That's the only thing you can do. You know, obviously learn from it. That's a tough game right there. It's a good team, but just learn from it, yeah.
Later on, we look back on the careers of the two seniors who say goodbye in Ann Arbor, Karis LeVert and Spike Albrecht. But when we come back, a preview of the Big Ten tournament. John Beilein and the Wolverines head to Indianapolis as an 8 seed on Thursday.
Michigan trails by 4. Peter Jock has 2 of them. He's stuck at the right elbow, tosses left wing. Utah deep 3, good. He's got 8 early points, and Iowa leads by 7.
Look at the numbers from a couple of their guys. They made some shots that are really high clip. So, you know, the scheme we had was more than enough that we needed. You know, they just made some tough shots. Whatever. You know, they're a good team. They tip your hat to them. They're a good team. They got out in transition and did what they did, and you know, we answered as many times as possible. You know, I guess they had a little more, more bullets in the gun than we did tonight.
You made a run to cut it to 5. Did you think that you guys were going to be able to come back and get over the hump at that point?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, we didn't shoot the ball well in the first half. We strung together some possessions. We made some shots, and you know, it just didn't, hold off long enough for us. But you know, on top of the fact that those guys made tough shots, I think it was a couple times where they just shot over us, or our hand was there. You know, the effort was never there. So times like this, of course, you hurt because you lost on senior day, and but the effort was there from our guys. I'm just proud of the fact that we played really, really hard throughout the whole game, and times like this is just tough. You hit more shots than us.
Can this team still make the NCAA tournament, in your opinion?
Absolutely. The talk we just had is, it's not over. We don't have, we're not too proud of the losses that we have, but I think we got a few good ones. But we're gonna play this thing all the way out. That's all we focus on.
Big Ten tournament is back in Indianapolis. It's a place where both John Beilein and I loves to visit because we think that city does a very good job in hosting that tournament. It really becomes important to them, don't you think?
I like you can walk to everything. We're right downtown. We don't have to be. We have a police shuttle, but you don't really need much. And I know Kathleen usually goes with me. There's so much just downtown flavor for this tournament. All the teams are coming in. You look around, and everybody's associated with the Big Ten. I really like that environment.
It's a fresh start for your ball club. Is that how you look at it?
It's got to be. It's got to be. Move forward and see what we can do, and it is a fresh start, and see what we can do. I know we're going to have in the 8-9 game. You're playing a team just like yourself, and then you get to play the 1 seed if you are fortunate enough to win. So it's a great opportunity to win a couple more games, but it won't be easy.
Time of the taping, we don't know who that 9 seed is. It could be Northwestern, could be Penn State, two teams that have battled you this year quite a bit, including Northwestern at home, Penn State in New York. No,
it's going to be tough. Any time we're 3-0 against those two teams, and Nebraska, I think, is a possibility as well. So we're 4-0 against those teams. So that is good news. The bad news is that is always tough to go into a tournament and beat some team that you've already beaten. I'd rather almost have it the other way. And so we're going to have to really have a good couple days of practice, go in there fresh.
Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop. This comes from John in Novi. He wants to know about your seniors, Spike Albrecht, Karis LeVert. How do they leave your program, and how do you feel about them in terms of a relationship?
I think if barring the injuries, they may have come out of this thing and went after the Jordan Morgans of the world with the most wins 95. That they have. Yeah. But the injuries have kept that down, so it's really unfortunate because the first year they went over 30, and then all of a sudden it's the next year we had well over 20, but the last couple of years have been 16 and 20, so it isn't quite enough. But they undoubtedly had been healthy all 4 years. They went and broke the record.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
With the two senior captains lost for the season, Zach Irvin has stepped in as the alternate captain to a certain extent. We'll talk with the junior, who's our Al Rose Steel Ironman of the Week, when we return. Our Alro Steel Ironman of the Week, Michigan junior forward Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin now joins us, and this is something that can be very difficult to measure, and that's leadership. John Beilein has praised you all week long for stepping into that role without Karis LeVert and Spike Albrecht. How has that come to you? Has it come naturally?
Yeah, I think it's come naturally, especially last year when Derek and Karis were out, and it was just Spike and myself. I think it kind of carried on from then. But, you know, it's tough to lose two seniors, especially early in the Big Ten season. So I knew someone had to step up, and Derek was able to do that as well.
So it can be a very difficult time down this stretch where you guys were hoping for a few more wins, the loss at Ohio State, the loss at Wisconsin, the home setback to Iowa. What do you say to your team after these tough and adverse times?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely had some tough losses. We've gone through a lot of adversity this year. I mean, but every team in the country does. But we got to be able to bounce back, especially the tough loss tonight against Iowa. But I mean, we got the postseason, so we got to learn from this and then watch the film. We got to be ready for what we play on Thursday.
You guys are always looking to get better in a number of different ways, and you have greatly improved your defense, even though you have been matched up with some guys that really, on paper, you shouldn't be matched up with. How have you met that challenge?
Yeah, you know, we got a lot of good players, especially playing the position that I play in the Big Ten. It's tough, but I just try to take it as personal as it can get. You know, I'm an undersized four. You can say it. I just play with a lot of heart.
What happened against Iowa? Many people felt like this was the game that you had to have to make the NCAA tournament. You're down by as many as 15. You scratch and claw your back to way within 5, but it's tough climbing uphill an entire game, isn't it?
Yeah, really tough. You know, we know how important this game was, but you got to give credit to Iowa. They played really well. We were able to make a late run, but, you know, they were just able to withstand that. So we just got to learn from it and move on.
A fresh outlook for the Big Ten tournament. That's the positive thing about postseason tournaments. Your opportunity is a clean slate, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's taking a whole new season, you know, postseason. Like I said, we got to learn from this. This obviously hurts, but we can't dwell on it because no one's going to feel sorry for us, especially going into the postseason. So we just got to be ready and stay connected.
Thanks for the time.
Thank you.
When we come back, Ed Kongerski's sit down with the two seniors who leave Michigan in much better shape when they first arrived. Michigan said goodbye to two seniors Saturday night in Spike Albrecht and Karis LeVert. They leave Ann Arbor with 95 collective wins, a Final Four berth as freshmen, a #1 Big Ten tournament seed, an Elite Eight, and a solo Big Ten championship as well. LeVert and Albrecht have been missed in so many different ways, not just their production on the floor, but their leadership off of it and on it. Anytime you miss a guy who averages 17.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, your team is going to stumble a little bit. Here's Ed Kongerski now on the leaders who have helped Michigan in so many ways, but have been missed so desperately this year.
LeVert became a star at U of M, a guy capable of leading a club deep into March.
And now LeVert eyes a three. Splash. And that is a big-time bucket.
But an injury yo-yoed with his status for a second straight year. Michigan's do-it-all captain officially ended his playing career this week, appearing in only 2 Big Ten games his senior season.
It was really tough, especially for me. Really wanting to help the team in any way that I could, but, you know, when I went out there, you know, even in practice, I mean, I tried to push through some pain and stuff like that. And then when I went in the game, I just knew I didn't feel right, and I knew I couldn't help the team that I wanted to. So it was tough, especially with this being my last year. This close to going to the tournament and making a run.
Favorite memory? That's easy. His freshman year.
Boynton 2-on-1, right side by Wilbeck, and he lays it blocked by LeVert.
The Final Four run, you know, it's an indescribable feeling, you know. Never really felt anything like that going down to Atlanta, playing against Syracuse and then playing in the championship against Louisville. Those are two very high-quality teams, high-quality games. No feeling quite like that.
Karis said he's blessed to be at Michigan.
LeVert in the front court, clean look at a three, got it!
And wants to be remembered as someone who gave it his all.
Karis LeVert took over the first half.
It's a special place, you know. I mean, they gave me a shot. They took a chance on me when not a lot of other people did. And I'll be forever grateful for that.
As LeVert's career winds down, a chance to tip his cap and salute all of the people who helped make it a special time.
Thank you for all the support. I know it's been a long 4 years, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But just thank you for always being there, you know, from the Final Four run to not making the tournament last year to being right on the bubble this year to making the tournament. Through all the injuries and everything else, just thank you for all the support and always being there. That means more than they'll ever know.
Despite missing 16 Big Ten games this season, Karas leaves with no unfinished business. He's set to graduate this spring with a degree in general studies, heading off to the NBA and beyond with that education tucked under his arm. Spike Albrecht ended his career in mid-December when a lingering hip injury refused to fully heal. His senior day feels a lot like LeVert's.
It's definitely going to be bittersweet, that's for sure. You know, not being out there, being able to play with my guys and, you know, go out on a high note, you know, being out there on the floor, that's going to be tough. But I'm excited, you know, for our group of guys, especially the young guys. We got a chance to get into the NCAA tournament, so I'm going to be there. I'm going to be the biggest cheerleader on the bench.
Both players did an admirable job filling that role, helping the club in any way possible.
I basically had to become more of a, you know, of a vocal guy, which is a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm more of a, you know, lead by example type of guy out on the floor. That's kind of just always been more natural to me. So it's been a tough transition.
Forced to take a three. Oh my, come on! Spike Albrecht buried it for the 4th straight triple of the half, and Michigan has a 10-point lead.
Spike's favorite memory was also that Final Four run in 2013.
I want to be remembered as a winner and an overachiever. You know, someone who played with a chip on their shoulder, had a lot of heart, took a lot of pride in playing for the University of Michigan.
If you think Albrecht's career was incomplete, you're wrong.
These past 2 years have, you know, they've been just as meaningful, and I've learned just as much.
He thanked coaches, fans, and everyone in between for their support straight from the jump.
It's been an unbelievable experience. Great opportunity. You know, obviously, you guys know the story. One of my very few offers. So Michigan's been unbelievable. It's opened many doors for me. And I'm excited to carry out the legacy as an alum.
The legacy both of these young men leave behind is something to be celebrated. A unique senior class for sure, with an emphasis on the word class. For Inside Michigan Basketball, I'm Ed Kingerski.
The women's team opened Big Ten tournament play as the 8th seed Thursday against the number 9 seed Iowa in Indianapolis. It was a near-perfect start for the Wolverines as sophomore Caitlin Flaherty and freshman Hallie Thome scored Michigan's first 19 points. The Wolverines jumped out to a 16-point lead.
Brzezowski leads the break. Kick out Flaherty. Left wing, open three. You betcha! Couldn't handle the step back inside to Thome. Quick spin on Coley to the right. Score it.
The second quarter turned into a nightmare, though, for Michigan. The Hawkeyes shot 81% and outscored the Maize and Blue 31-13 to take the lead for good.
Whitney Jennings, the trailer to Coley. Down low, Gustafson wide open, left side, yes.
Thome finished with 15 points for Michigan, while Flaherty scored 31 to become the program's all-time single-season scoring leader with 677 points.
Rostovsky to Flaherty. Her first shot of the half is a straight-on three. That's good.
97-85, Michigan gets bounced from the Big Ten tournament in round 1, and their NCAA tourney hopes end. Early in the week, Flaherty was named first team All-Big Ten, and Thome was an honorable mention selection, but also made All-Big Ten freshman team. Congratulations to the 5th-ranked men's swimming and diving team. They won the program's 6th consecutive Big Ten title last week. And a hats off to the 6th-ranked women's track and field team. They won the Big Ten title. Their indoor championship is the 9th in school history. Well, Michigan can't win the Big Ten championship, we know that, but they can win the Big Ten tournament title. It's wide open. Everybody knows that as they head to Indianapolis as an 8 seed. We'll have the reaction, the recap, and all the sights and sounds for you from Indianapolis next week on Inside Michigan Basketball. Until then, thanks for watching, everyone, and go blue. Inside Michigan Basketball, delivered by UPS. From figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Visit solvers.ups.com to learn more. By your local Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. By Absol Pure Water, the official bottled water of the Michigan Wolverines. And by Gardner White, you'll overpay anywhere else.